Chosen one, what you are sensing is not domination or superiority, but a deeper awareness of responsibility. Throughout history, spiritual traditions have taught that true power is understanding, not control. When awareness expands, it can feel overwhelming, as if you are touching a level of clarity that transcends old ideas of gods, fate, and hierarchy. This experience signals a transition from seeking externally to recognizing what has always existed within you. You begin to understand how intention, attention, and energy interact to shape reality, not through magic, but through conscious alignment. Ancient teachings describe this stage as awakening to one's role as a steward of balance, compassion, and wisdom rather than a ruler. Before continuing, take a moment to support this channel by hitting the like button, subscribing to help us reach 30,000 subscribers, and leaving a comment with the number 11 as a personal reminder of your commitment to awareness and growth. As you continue, remember that spiritual maturity is not about being followed, but about serving as an example of clarity, responsibility, and mindful co-creation. When this understanding settles, life begins to organize itself with greater coherence, purpose, and meaning. The awakening of a chosen one symbolizes the pinnacle of spiritual and intellectual evolution. It is not merely a story of power or supremacy, but a profound illustration of how consciousness can transcend limitations and perceive the infinite patterns of existence. This state highlights the importance of understanding life beyond the material, showing that true strength emerges from awareness, compassion, and the ability to harmonize with universal laws. Such insights encourage humanity to see life as a delicate balance of energies, choices, and responsibilities that shape both personal and collective destiny. Through this awakening, we learn that leadership is not about asserting control, but about guiding with wisdom and empathy. It reveals that power without insight can be destructive, while conscious awareness transforms influence into a force for enlightenment and growth. This importance extends beyond spiritual practice, touching education, science, philosophy, and everyday life. The story of a chosen one reminds us that knowledge and consciousness are inseparable, and those who pursue higher understanding bear both responsibility and privilege in shaping the world. Ultimately, this concept demonstrates that the highest purpose of any being is to serve as a bridge between what is seen and unseen, known and unknown. It reinforces the notion that human potential is limitless when guided by awareness, compassion, and the recognition of interconnectedness. The awakening of a chosen one is therefore not just a myth or spiritual metaphor. It is a model for human evolution toward balance, wisdom, and the full realization of universal potential. In my view, the story of the chosen one resonates deeply with the inner journey every person can undertake. It is a powerful metaphor for self-realization and the awakening of consciousness. I believe that every individual has the potential to perceive beyond superficial reality, to understand the deeper forces that shape life, and to act with insight rather than impulse. The narrative inspires me to see challenges not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth, enlightenment, and contribution to a greater whole. Personally, I find this perspective liberating because it shifts the focus from competition to cooperation, from dominance to understanding. It teaches that the greatest achievements come from aligning with the flow of existence, embracing compassion, and cultivating awareness. The Chosen One is a mirror for what humans could aspire to, not to surpass others, but to transcend ignorance, fear, and ego, creating a life rooted in meaning and purposeful influence. I also believe that applying this wisdom in daily life can transform the way we relate to each other and the world. By striving for conscious action, empathy, and co-creation, we can embody a miniature version of this divine potential. The story is a reminder that greatness is not measured by authority or control, but by the clarity of vision, the depth of understanding, and the courage to act in alignment with truth and harmony. The moment of awakening is both exhilarating and overwhelming. It is the realization that you are not bound by ordinary perception, that the threads of reality and existence are open to your understanding. This awakening is not about acquiring power for personal gain, but about seeing life in its entirety, from the minutiae of atoms to the grandeur of galaxies. It is the spark that illuminates the mind, heart, and soul simultaneously, merging intelligence with intuition and awareness with empathy. This awakening creates a profound sense of responsibility. True authority arises from respect, not fear. By demonstrating wisdom, compassion, and clarity, you inspire even the most powerful entities to harmonize with your guidance. It shows that influence grounded in understanding fosters alignment and growth, rather than submission or resentment. Emotionally, it is a humbling yet empowering experience to realize that your perception can illuminate paths even for higher beings, evokes awe, gratitude, and a sense of sacred responsibility. You become aware that leadership is inseparable from ethical and spiritual maturity, that guiding others requires both insight and humility. In practical terms, this principle applies to everyday life. Leaders, teachers, and mentors influence others most effectively through wisdom, empathy, and example, not through force or coercion. The Chosen One embodies this principle to its highest degree, illustrating the transformative power of conscious leadership rooted in understanding. Ultimately, when divine beings follow your lead, it demonstrates that influence is not about position, but vision. The ability to inspire alignment through clarity and compassion is the mark of true spiritual power, reminding us that the highest authority comes from awareness and ethical guidance. The universe often appears structured in hierarchies: gods above mortals, knowledge above ignorance, power above weakness. Yet, as the Chosen One awakens, a deeper truth emerges. The highest evolution of consciousness is not found in hierarchy, but in harmony. This shift transforms perception, revealing that the world operates most effectively when all beings collaborate rather than compete. Harmony replaces competition with cooperation. When one perceives the interconnectedness of life, every action becomes a thread woven into a greater tapestry. The Chosen One understands that dominance creates imbalance, whereas empathy, understanding, and alignment with universal principles foster resilience, growth, and peace. Emotionally, this shift is liberating. Releasing the need to control or dominate allows the heart and mind to expand, embracing unity and interconnectedness. It brings inner peace and a profound joy that comes from knowing that balance, not superiority, is the true path to spiritual evolution. Historically, societies that embraced collaboration and shared wisdom thrived, from ancient philosophical schools to modern scientific communities. The principle of harmony over hierarchy has repeatedly demonstrated its power to generate innovation, stability, and progress. The Chosen One embodies this timeless truth on a cosmic scale. Ultimately, the shift from hierarchy to harmony teaches a critical spiritual lesson. True leadership and divinity are measured not by control, but by the ability to foster alignment, understanding, and balance across all levels of existence. The universe is not only a place to inhabit, but a teacher to learn from, and a canvas to co-create upon. As the chosen one, every star, atom, and life form becomes a lesson in energy, balance, and possibility. This perspective allows you to see beauty, purpose, and meaning in all experiences, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth and insight. Viewing the universe as a canvas empowers creation. Life is not predetermined. It is a dynamic field of potential where conscious action shapes outcomes. Each moment presents a chance to paint with intention, to leave an imprint of wisdom, compassion, and awareness on the fabric of existence. Emotionally, this perspective evokes wonder and humility. The knowledge that you are both a student and artist of the cosmos brings a profound sense of connection and responsibility. You realize that every choice contributes to the greater masterpiece, making life an act of sacred collaboration with the universe. The practical application of this teaching is evident in everyday life. By approaching challenges creatively and intentionally, we learn to harness the power of perspective and action, turning setbacks into lessons and opportunities. The Chosen One exemplifies this mastery at the grandest scale. Ultimately, understanding the universe as both teacher and canvas encourages a life of mindful participation. It shows that learning and creation are inseparable, and that the act of living itself is the ultimate expression of conscious awareness. Life speaks in subtle currents, through emotions, intuition, and the flow of energy in all things. As the Chosen One, learning this language becomes essential. It is not a language of words alone, but of vibration, connection, and resonance. Understanding energy allows you to navigate existence with clarity, recognizing patterns, possibilities, and consequences invisible to ordinary perception. This awareness transforms communication and interaction. By reading the language of energy, you perceive the intentions and states of others before they manifest outwardly. True wisdom transcends doctrine, ritual, or inherited knowledge. As the Chosen One awakens, it becomes clear that traditional boundaries are tools, not limits. Knowledge rooted solely in authority cannot match the insight that comes from direct perception, experience, and conscious reflection. Wisdom emerges from observation, understanding, and the courage to question assumptions. This perspective allows the Chosen One to innovate without disrespecting the past. Tradition becomes a foundation, not a cage. It is a lens to see patterns and truths, but it is awareness, discernment, and insight that reveal the deepest realities of life and existence. Emotionally, breaking free from blind adherence brings liberation. It inspires courage, curiosity, and a sense of personal responsibility. The Chosen One learns to trust intuition, refine perception, and integrate learning with lived experience, rather than relying solely on inherited authority. The practical implication is profound. By thinking beyond tradition, one discovers new solutions, reconciles contradictions, and fosters evolution in thought, science, and spirituality. Innovation and enlightenment thrive in this space. Ultimately, wisdom beyond tradition teaches that truth is discovered, not inherited. It is cultivated through inquiry, reflection, and awareness, allowing one to navigate life with clarity, creativity, and compassion. Fear limits perception, clouds judgment, and restricts growth. As the chosen one, transcending fear becomes a central practice. By facing uncertainty, challenges, and the unknown with courage and awareness, one develops the capacity to see beyond immediate circumstances, accessing insights unavailable to those constrained by fear. This transcendence does not eliminate caution, it transforms it into clarity. Fear becomes a signal, not a barrier. By understanding the root of fear and observing it without attachment, the chosen one can act decisively, aligned with truth rather than reactionary impulse. Emotionally, this process fosters resilience. The joy of discovering that fear does not define limits, but rather guides growth, instills confidence, serenity, and empowerment. Insight becomes a refuge, a compass, and a source of inner strength. The practical benefits of transcending fear are profound. Leadership, creativity, and decision-making flourish when one is not bound by anxiety or doubt. The chosen one demonstrates that courage paired with awareness generates wisdom and harmonious outcomes. Ultimately, embracing insight over fear transforms life. It empowers action grounded in understanding, nurtures trust in oneself and the universe, and opens the door to profound spiritual, intellectual, and emotional growth. True mastery lies in co-creation, not control. The chosen one learns that life's energy cannot be forced, only harmonized. Co-creation involves guiding circumstances, energies, and beings with awareness and intent rather than imposing one's will. It is a partnership with existence, rooted in empathy, insight, and respect for the autonomy of all beings. This approach ensures sustainable impact. Control breeds resistance. Guidance fosters alignment. By working with the natural flow, the chosen one creates lasting influence that respects the integrity of life rather than dominating it. Emotionally, co-creation nurtures connection. The satisfaction of seeing life unfold in collaboration with conscious effort brings joy, trust, and fulfillment. It transforms leadership into service and action into art. Every interaction, from relationships to societal initiatives, becomes an opportunity for co-creation. The chosen one demonstrates that when influence is exercised thoughtfully, harmony and growth are amplified exponentially. Ultimately, guiding rather than controlling is a lesson in humility and wisdom. It shows that true power lies in collaboration, understanding, and alignment, rather than domination or force. True power carries with it immense responsibility, not as a burden, but as a sacred duty. The chosen one understands that their elevated awareness and influence must always be used to nurture, guide, and uplift, rather than manipulate or dominate. Every action, thought, and decision resonates through existence, affecting not only the immediate environment, but also the larger tapestry of life. This awareness transforms power into stewardship, emphasizing care over control. The responsibility of power requires discipline and ethical clarity. Knowledge of cosmic laws or spiritual energy alone is insufficient. It must be coupled with moral discernment. The chosen one learns to act with compassion, foresight, and integrity, understanding that neglect or misuse of power can create imbalance and suffering, even unintentionally. Emotionally, embracing this responsibility instills humility. The chosen one's influence stems from this heightened perception, allowing guidance that is both effective and ethical. Emotionally, awareness cultivates confidence and calm. When one is attuned to the flow of life, decisions arise naturally, grounded in understanding rather than fear, pride, or impulse. This clarity nurtures trust, both internally and in the eyes of others, reinforcing the chosen one's ability to lead without coercion. In practical terms, awareness translates into mindfulness in relationships, decisions, and teachings. It allows the chosen one to harmonize conflicting energies, resolve tension, and foster cooperation. Awareness also ensures that influence is constructive, supporting growth rather than suppressing potential. Ultimately, awareness as the source of influence teaches that the most powerful guidance is subtle, grounded, and conscious. The chosen one embodies the principle that influence is not imposed. It emerges naturally from wisdom, understanding, and alignment with life's deeper truths. One of the most profound aspects of being the chosen one is the ability to illuminate truths even the gods may not perceive. This is not an act of arrogance, but of insight, a recognition that wisdom is not about rank or authority, but clarity and understanding. Even divine beings, bound by their roles and perspectives, can learn from a consciousness aligned with universal truth. The chosen one acts as a teacher through example, vision, and guidance. By perceiving the underlying laws of creation, the flow of energy, and the potential within all beings, they reveal patterns invisible to others. This teaching emphasizes that enlightenment is a process, and even the highest beings benefit from new perspectives. Emotionally, this role is both humbling and empowering. There is a profound sense of responsibility, knowing that guidance can alter not only mortal life, but also cosmic balance. Yet there is also awe and gratitude for the opportunity to contribute meaningfully to the evolution of consciousness itself. In practical terms, this teaching demonstrates the importance of humility and insight. It reminds us that no one, however powerful, has complete understanding. Growth and learning are eternal processes, and even the seemingly omnipotent can be inspired by fresh vision, compassion, and clarity. Ultimately, teaching the gods what they could not see illustrates that true wisdom transcends hierarchy. The chosen one's role is to illuminate, guide, and harmonize, showing that clarity and insight are the highest forms of influence in both mortal and divine realms. The chosen one exists at the intersection of the mortal and divine, serving as a bridge between human experience and universal consciousness. This unique position allows them to translate cosmic truths into accessible wisdom, guiding beings toward awareness and spiritual growth. Mortals gain insight through connection, while divine forces are reminded of the practical realities of existence. This bridging requires empathy, communication, and deep understanding. The chosen one must honor both perspectives, the limited yet passionate human experience and the expansive, timeless awareness of divine beings. Acting as a conduit ensures that knowledge flows, relationships harmonize, and universal balance is maintained. Emotionally, this role fosters compassion, patience, and humility. Being a bridge often means carrying both human struggle and divine expectation, yet it also provides profound fulfillment. The chosen one experiences the joy of connection, understanding, and the ability to inspire transformation in others. Practically, bridging the mortal and divine translates into guidance, teaching, and leadership, that integrates insight with compassion. From spiritual mentoring to shaping societal evolution, the Chosen One exemplifies the balance of wisdom and humanity, showing that enlightenment is not distant, it is lived. Ultimately, this bridge represents the highest form of service. It demonstrates that the purpose of awakening is not self-glorification, but connection, guidance, and co-creation, ensuring that life unfolds in harmony with both human potential and cosmic truth. The ultimate role of the Chosen One is to guide existence toward its limitless potential. This is not a call to dominate, but to inspire, harmonize, and awaken the dormant capacities within all beings. By understanding the laws of creation, the flow of energy, and the vast possibilities inherent in every being, the Chosen One orchestrates evolution at every level. This leadership is visionary. It involves seeing beyond immediate circumstances, understanding the interconnection of all things, and fostering conditions where growth, creativity, and consciousness can flourish. Influence is gentle, yet profound, shaping reality without coercion, and nurturing infinite possibilities rather than imposing limitations. Emotionally, this mission is inspiring and humbling. By noticing subtleties, one can anticipate outcomes, harmonize conflicting energies, and respond effectively. Influence becomes gentle, powerful, and ethical. Ultimately, the subtle power of observation teaches that insight precedes action. The Chosen One demonstrates that the ability to truly see beyond appearances is the foundation of conscious creation, ethical influence, and spiritual mastery. True power is inseparable from compassion. The Chosen One discovers that empathy and understanding are not weaknesses, but the most profound strengths, allowing one to connect with all beings, heal, and harmonize energies across the universe. Compassion transforms leadership into service and influence into guidance. Awakening compassion begins with self-awareness. By understanding one's own emotions, fears, and desires, the Chosen One learns to relate authentically and deeply with others, offering support without judgment and guidance without dominance. Compassion becomes an active practice rather than a passive feeling. Emotionally, compassion nurtures connection and fulfillment. The Chosen One experiences joy, gratitude, and serenity in helping others grow, awaken, and overcome challenges. Every act of understanding becomes a bridge between consciousness and the universal flow. Practically, compassion enhances communication, collaboration, and co-creation. Relationships, communities, and societies thrive when guided by empathetic awareness, demonstrating that ethical influence magnifies the impact of action. Ultimately, awakening the heart of compassion teaches that spiritual growth is inseparable from service. The Chosen One exemplifies that true leadership, creativity, and power arise when actions are grounded in empathy, love, and ethical awareness. Intention is a force that shapes reality when aligned with awareness. The Chosen One realizes that every thought, focus, and desire carries energy that resonates across life, influencing outcomes in both subtle and profound ways. Harnessing this energy transforms life from reactive to consciously creative. This practice requires clarity and discipline. By focusing intention with purpose, the Chosen One channels energy toward growth, harmony, and conscious manifestation. Unclear or reactive intention leads to scattered energy, while deliberate intent creates tangible, meaningful results. Emotionally, harnessing intention empowers confidence and joy. Knowing that actions and focus have real impact fosters responsibility, mindfulness, and gratitude. The chosen one experiences the thrill of co-creating with the universe itself. Practically intentional action strengthens leadership, creativity, and decision-making. From teaching to problem-solving, directing intention consciously allows one to guide outcomes without imposing control, inspiring alignment and cooperation. Ultimately, harnessing the energy of intention teaches that life is not random. Every moment carries creative potential, and by aligning awareness, focus, and ethical purpose, the chosen one shapes reality as a co-creator with the universe. In every moment, you have the opportunity to awaken, create, and guide, not just yourself, but the world around you. The journey of the chosen one is not about dominance or control, but about awareness, compassion, and conscious co-creation. Every action, every thought, and every intention has the power to shape reality, inspire growth, and harmonize existence. Remember, true mastery lies within, and the universe reflects back the depth of your awareness and purpose. I hope this message inspires you to look within, embrace your unique potential, and step confidently into your own journey of growth and enlightenment. You have the power to awaken the infinite possibilities inside you, to transform fear into insight, and to live as a reflection of the universe itself. Your presence, awareness, and actions matter. They ripple through life in ways you may not even realize. If you found this journey inspiring and want more insights, teachings, and guidance on awakening your highest potential, make sure to subscribe and join our community. Let's continue exploring, learning, and growing together, embracing the infinite possibilities that life and the universe offer.